My first reaction to Maidanek was a feeling of surprise. I had imagined something horrible and sinister beyond words. It was nothing like that. It looked singularly harmless from the outside. "Is that it?" was my first reaction when I stopped at what looked like a large workers' settlement. Behind us was many towering skyline of Lublin. There was much dust on the road, and the grass was dull greenish-gray color. The camp was separated from a large road by a couple of barbed wire fences, but these did not look particularly sinister, and might have been put up outside any military or semi-military establishment. The place was large, like a whole town of barracks painted a pleasant soft green. There were many people around, soldiers and civilians. A Polish senator opened a barbed wire gate to let cars enter the central avenue, with large green barracks on either side, and we stopped outside the large barracks marked "Bad on Disinfection Divide." "This," someone said, "is where a large number of those arriving from the camps were brought in." The inside of this barracks was made of concrete, and water taps came out of the wall, and around the room there were benches where the clothes were put down and afterwards collected. So this is the place in which they were driven, or perhaps they were politely invited to "Step this way, please." Did any of them suspect while washing themselves after a long journey what would happen a few minutes later? Anyway, after the washing was over, they were asked to go to the next room. At this point, even the most unsuspecting may have begun to wonder, for the next room was a series of large square concrete structures, each about 1/4 of the size of the bathhouse, and unlike it, had no windows. The naked people, men one time, women another, children the next, were driven or forced from the bathhouse into these dark concrete boxes, about 5 yards square, and then with 200 or 250 people packed into each box, it was completely dark there, except for a small light in the ceiling and a spy hole in the door. The process of gassing began. First some hot air was pumped in from the ceiling, and then the pretty pale blue crystal of cyclone was showered down on the people, and in the hot wet air they rapidly evaporated. In everything from 2 to 10 minutes, everyone was dead.